morning, everyone. I think this is on. I have to tell you, we've been having challenges technically with first Instagram, which was where the live was supposed to be, and now we're over here on Facebook. So let me just make sure that we are clear here. Okay. And we'll just wait for a few people to hop on. And then we'll get started. Okay, so good morning and welcome everyone, and happy International Day of Yoga. I am really excited to be here as a facilitator to guide you through practice today on one of the 8 limbs of yoga. So let's just start from the beginning. International Day of Yoga is where all over the world collectively we come together. As teachers, we offer a free practice so we can just bring the energy, the collective energy of the planet into a more peaceful and conscious state. And that's really the goal here, is just to change the energy and come into this more peaceful existence, which is so needed in the world. So by celebrating International Day of Yoga, as facilitators who are members of Yoga Alliance or Meditation Alliance International, we are asked to come on and offer a free practice, again, through one of the 8 limbs. So if you're not familiar with yoga and you think yoga is just about the poses that you see people do on the mat in a yoga class or in a solitary practice, that is actually what's called asana, and that is the 3rd limb of yoga. There are 8 limbs. Yoga is a path to enlightenment. Some people just say inner peace. So it really doesn't matter what the label is that you put on that 8th limb, but it's just to come into that more well-balanced state for yourself, where you're able to respond to life but not react to life. And that's really the goal here today. So I'm actually a certified meditation teacher. I am a registered member of Meditation Alliance International, and I actually have over 40 years as a practitioner of meditation. So I work one-on-one with a lot of clients to practice meditation. And first and foremost, people will ask, well, what is meditation? There's a lot of myths and misconceptions that are out there. So let's just kind of talk about that for a moment. So meditation is a formal practice of mindfulness. That's the best way to easily describe it. As far as mindfulness goes, mindfulness is actually, I think Jon Kabat-Zinn, he coined the definition perfectly when he said it's coming into a more focused state on purpose, right? So it's staying present and staying in your focused attention on purpose in the present moment, but without judgment. And I think that last part of it is really where he nailed it, because our mind judges everything. And when people sit down for a meditation practice, that's the biggest thing that challenges them, is they finally become aware of actually how much activity is going on in their mind. So what people don't realize is meditation is a tool, not for relaxation. It's actually a tool for making yourself present and aware of the mind activity, so you can start to move past a lot of your causes and conditions and belief patterns and things that you're stuck in that keep you in this perpetual cycle of either a negative self-talk or just maybe reacting to things very emotionally, and we want to break that cycle. So that's what meditation is used for, as a tool. And what we're doing in meditation is we're actually rewiring your subconscious belief patterns, and we make you start to really be aware of them by taking a pause, taking a breath, and coming into your body and saying, oh my gosh, I had no idea my mind was saying all these things to me all the time. So what we want to do is recognize that, and science has proved this, that you are only using your conscious mind about 5 to 6% of the time for decision making. The rest of the time you're on autopilot and you're working in that 90-something% of your subconscious wiring, which is where you actually have been taught from, maybe at an early age, from your parents, from teachers, from friends, from employers, maybe relationships you've been in with partners. You start to have all these, even society itself starts to put all these layers on you as far as what you should believe and how you should react and what you're doing. And this all gets put into your hard drive of your subconscious mind. So when we come into meditation, we're actually able to sit and look at that for the first time. And that's when most people will say, oh, I can't meditate. My mind is so noisy. The first thing I would tell you is I'm so happy you finally see that, because the fact that you haven't seen it until now means that you have just been operating in that subconscious pattern, that loop, for your entire existence. So, welcome to life. Here you are. You're finally getting present. You're finally becoming aware of what's going on in the mind. And now we're going to dive into what do we do with that. That's where a teacher comes in to play, to place with you, to say, hey, listen, you know what? We can look at these beliefs that come up for you. And what kind of reaction in the body does it elicit? Because that's what really starts to happen. People will ask, like, well, what comes first, the thought and the belief, or the emotion and the physiological response that the body has to that? So it all plays in together, and there really is no one answer to that about which comes first. It's like the chicken or the egg. So what I work with people on one-on-one is saying, okay, when we come into the meditation practice and we start to become aware of the mind, all the crazy stuff it's saying to us and showing us, we start to become aware of these patterns, right? These subconscious patterns that we're operating from. We're making this part of our identity now, right? We're hardwired to say, this is me, this is what I do, this is what I believe. And now we're just taking a pause and we're looking at all of it and we're saying, you know what? I think that I have no idea where this all came from. Okay, so let's work on that. What kind of a response in the body is that thought or belief bringing up for you? So we dive into sensation a lot when we practice meditation. We want to see what's happening in our body. So again, when we're fostering this space of awareness in a meditation practice, we can actually have a little room, a little wiggle room to look at everything without judgment. Again, staying present on purpose without judgment is so important in a practice. And that's what we're doing here. We do it in mindfulness, but meditation is just a more formal way of practicing that mindfulness. So let's go ahead and begin. The first thing we always like to do when we come into meditation practice is decide whether or not we want to be seated or do we want to be lying down. And I always encourage people, do not let your mind make this decision. Literally, just close your eyes, take a breath, and feel your body. Is your body okay with sitting right now, or does it feel like it wants to lie down? And then just let your body make that choice for you. So go ahead and take a moment. Find for yourself if you'd like to be seated or if you'd like to be lying down. So once we come into that position for ourselves, for me, I'll be in a seated position. I'm just going to ask that we start to find what we call grounding energy. So grounding energy is a great way to start to become aware of your body and how to stay present in your body. So we want to feel the body become heavy and start to feel the pull, that gravitational pull of the earth. That's your grounding energy. You want to lose yourself into that. And that's how you start to arrive on your mat, or if you're using a cushion like this for a seated meditation, you can do that. So whether you're lying down or seated, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And then take a nice cleansing breath in through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth and start to let your body become heavy. So now you're beginning to feel that sensation of your body on your mat, whether you're lying down or seated. And when we become present in our body, we actually start to step outside of that mental narrative that's going. So I want you to take another deep cleansing breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth and relax your shoulders. Relax your belly and soften your hips. Notice the legs. Feel the connection again of your seat on your mat, or just the sensation of your legs on the mat. Let's take another deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, soften your brow. Notice the subtle areas. Are you holding tension in your eyelids like a squint? Soften your ears, your jaw. We tend to hold a lot of tension in the facial muscles. Place your tongue behind your top teeth. This is going to help relax your jaw muscle. And that in turn helps to soften the chest, relax the shoulders. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, let your body feel heavy again and connected. Shift your awareness to your arms. Can you notice the heaviness, the grounding energy just in the arms? So right now you might be having some thoughts try to creep in, and that's fine. So this is your practice right here. The moment you start to become aware of mind activity, so maybe it's you hear a voice talking to you, your own voice it could be. Maybe you see some mental images, some pictures being shown to you. So whatever the mental activity is, as soon as it arises, we want to then use our consciousness, right? This is what you are, you're conscious aware. You want to shift that now to your body awareness. That's where we're going to practice first. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, let your body become heavy. And feel the awareness of just your arms. Now if thoughts come in, shift your awareness back to just your hands. Become aware of your hands. Notice how you can locate them energetically without looking at them. What's the sensation going on in the hands? Is it like a tingling sensation, a warmth, a coolness? And maybe some thoughts start to arise again. So now I want you to become aware of your breath. So we use two different techniques in meditation for presence and awareness. And one is body awareness, the other is breath awareness. So start to notice the natural breath occurring. I don't want you forcing any inhales or exhales. I want you just to find that natural organic rhythm that's you. So maybe you're noticing just movement in the belly, in the chest. Now can you notice just the air moving in and out of the nose? Notice this happening up here in the nostrils. Just air moving in and out of the nose. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Become present into body awareness again. Start to feel the heaviness, grounding you, connecting you. Now in meditation, we're coming into a place of observation. This is where we want to be. You are the consciousness that observes the mind. So you are not your mind. You are not the thoughts. You are not the beliefs, all the causes and conditions that live there that are operating again in that subconscious patterning. You're just watching it all play out. So maybe you start to notice when you sit for meditation, there's a sound. For me right now, there are birds chirping. So we notice how the mind wants to resist that, right? And I'm supposed to be focused on what she's saying. I'm supposed to be on my breath. I'm supposed to be in my body, right? And the mind starts to get frustrated. You're not your mind, so be aware of that frustration, that resistance to whatever the sound is. Let's go to that sound. Really listen to it. Make that your focal point now for your meditation. With sound, sometimes we can dive into it and really see, like, how long does it linger? Where does one sound end and another begin? So I have one of my singing bowls here. I'm going to chime it so you can take a listen to a sound, and I want you to just kind of dive into the sound for a moment. I don't know if you can hear that well. I hope you can, but if not, use a sound that's in your area right now. How long can you keep your focused attention on that sound? And here again, stay in a place of observance without judgment of the mind's activity. What is the mind doing? How long can it stay with a sound? So we're increasing focused concentration when we're in meditation. Our practice is also teaching us how to become aware, again, of sensation in the body. We become very tuned into what feels warm, what feels cool, what tingles, what feels tight in the body, what feels relaxed. The third technique and skill that you're developing in a meditation practice is equanimity. And that's to be okay with whatever is arising as it's happening. We want to stay present in life. We don't want to be up in the illusions of the mind and the autopilot program of, I got to do this, this is where I'm supposed to go, I was told I have to do these things in life. You know, practice the pause. What's happening right now in your body with your breath? And yes, maybe something is arising, like we said, a sound outside. The mind wants to start to go there. Can you be okay with that sound? Of course you can. It's just a sound. Notice the mental narrative that might come in. Well, I'm trying to practice meditation. I don't want to hear that sound. Okay, it's just a thought. Come back to your body. Can you feel your feet? What does the energy in your feet feel like? So take another deep breath in. Big exhale out. And just release, let go everything you just observed. And leave it all right here on your mat or your cushion. Take a moment and open your eyes. So what I want to do now is just take you into a little guided meditation. So this was just to give you a flavor of what you should be fostering in a meditation practice. Body awareness, breath awareness, observance of mind activity. So we don't get frustrated when the mind is noisy. We watch it and we say, I can choose to pay attention to that thought, that belief, or I can shift my awareness over here to my foot, to my hand, to a sound. When we come into that space, we actually are present, we're aware, and what we're doing here is we're taking control of what's happening up here. It gives you that freedom. So people start to ask all the time, you know, with a yogi or someone who's been practicing meditation for 40 plus years, how is it you're just so calm all the time? And is life just blissful for you? Absolutely not. I get shit handed to me all the time, just like you do. Life is life. We can't change it. What we can start to do is become aware of it, practice equanimity, be okay with things as they arise. Yes, health issues come up. That's a miserable thing to go through. We don't resist life anymore. When we practice meditation, what we're doing is just creating space and awareness of when the mind is resisting things, and then we're learning to shift our consciousness from resistance to presence. And when we stay in presence, something amazing starts to happen. And we don't actually forcefully make this happen. It just does it on its own when we stay in a present state. We actually start to respond to life and not react to life. Reaction is the waves of the ocean are up here, and you're in a boat and you're holding on for dear life trying to survive. That's your fight or flight response. That's reactivity. That's emotion. That triggers physiological change in the body, which just reinforces, right, everything that's going on. Meditation gives us an opportunity to drop into the depth of our ocean, where everything is calm down here. Does it mean that the top of the ocean, the waves are not happening anymore? Absolutely not. Life's happening. Some days it's like this, other days it is like this. But you're down here, centered, grounded in yourself, present in your body with your breath, with your awareness. You're watching things, observing them without judgment, and just saying, okay, I can respond to this and I can return back to this. And that's your practice over and over again. So on that note, I just want to take you into a beautiful guided meditation, and this is just to send you off into that inner peace, that depth of your own ocean, and you can go about your peaceful day. So let's go ahead and begin. We'll just start to close our eyes or soften our gaze to the floor a few inches in front of us. I'm going to give you a chime with the singing bowl to let you know we're about to begin the meditation practice, and we'll also use that sound again at the end. So start to take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Start to find that heaviness in your body. Let the energy move through you. Begin to ground. Feel the connection between yourself and your seat. Let your arms become heavy. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, start to notice those subtle areas. Let go of tension in the jaw. Soften your ears. Notice your eyelids again. Are you squinting? Another deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, start to relax your shoulders. Soften your belly, your hips. Feel that heaviness in your legs. Moving from body awareness to breath, I want you to just start to notice your natural breath as it's occurring. So don't force any inhales or exhales. Just begin to notice that rhythmic motion of each inhale and exhale. Just breathing in and breathing out. Maybe feeling the air moving in and out of your nose. But just being present. And again, it's okay if you start to have thoughts. Shift your awareness. That's your practice. Shift your awareness back. Every time you do that, notice you win. And I will say this too. When you're noticing your thoughts, you're not in your thoughts. That's a win. That's a time to celebrate. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Big exhale. Let's start to notice the energy in our hands. Energy just in the feet. From here, I want you to take both your hands, open your palms, and place them on your heart center. You can even press a little. Feel the connection between your hands and your body. As you take a deep breath in, you exhale, relax your belly. You feel that energy and connection between your hands and your heart center. Offering yourself this little hug. And speak to your heart. Tell your heart, I feel you. I see you. I hear you. I acknowledge you. Feel the hand hugging your heart center. Loving yourself unconditionally. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, feel that expansion in your heart center. Noticing this present state of awareness, of unconditional love. This state is you. It's always here for you. Just practice your pause. Become present. Place your hands on your heart. Hug yourself. And tell your heart again, I see you. I feel you. I hear you. And I acknowledge you. So take a nice deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, relax your hands down on your lap. Starting to feel the heaviness in your seat again. The connection of your body on the mat. You find a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you let the full weight of your body go. Almost as if all your boundaries between yourself and your cushion or your mat have just disappeared. This expansion of spaciousness is you. Moving into this space is always available for you. So practice your pause and take a deep breath in. Exhale. And notice yourself in this expansion, in this depth of your ocean, in that unconditional love for yourself. In a moment, we'll begin to blink our eyes open after the sound of the chime. So thank you all so much for celebrating International Day of Yoga. Coming into that space is so important. That is what meditation practice is all about. It's not about quieting the mind. It's about finding you and allowing you to come into that space so you can be the depth of your ocean. You don't need to ride those waves. You don't need to surf them. You need to just observe them and respond accordingly. So give yourself that little hug on your heart every day, and remember, that is you. Thank you so much for practicing, and the light in me truly honors the light in each of you. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.